If you have an anger issue, everybody knows it. It's not, you can't hide it. Everybody knows you have an anger issue. But to get to the root of it is to look where you need to forgive. See where that pain has been and find that forgiving place and ask God to help you forgive whoever you need to forgive so that anger isn't even in there anymore.
Okay, Dr. Grant Mullen, a lot of interesting stuff you shared there and things that we might say ouch from as well. And but here we are in the kitchen with Pinball Mike and Diane Clemens and Eric and Kara Maines. And Hun, you know what, we all deal with anger. Like let's just put it out there. We all have that, and we deal with it in different ways, and there can be pretty destructive ways. But you know, the point is, I guess, is trying to, as he was saying, understand what are the triggers, what are some of the things that just kind of can cause you to explode, and you try to figure out, wow, where did that come from?
This is a very serious issue because, like Ron said, you know, we all deal with anger, and it's how we were trained as kids. How do we handle our anger? Do we let it explode? Do we stuff it inside? Are we allowed to be angry as children? You know, that has a lot to do with then how we handle our anger when we're adults. And I know that and your different personalities have a big part to play too, because Ron, you're very quiet guy, where I'm more animated and I'm more expressive, and so if something has upset me, I need to talk about it. I'm right out there, and he's...
And I might just kind of take more time to process it, and it kind of simmers there below the surface.
And which could escalate my anger because I need to talk about it, you know?
But sometimes, like lava below the surface, there could be those eruptions that still happen, even though your temperament is not necessarily given to that.
Right,
regularly.
So we have to find a safe way to get our anger out because, like we said, we all deal with it.
It's so funny how much Ron and I are. I'm like, yeah, that's me, because I'm the same way. I have to just take a minute, think about it, and just, you know, because I'm not a very confrontational person, right? So, I have to think about my words, right? And Mike, he speaks every day. He speaks for a living. So he knows the right word. He knows how to just go at it, right? But, and so we have to find that balance, right? That he has to kind of give me a chance to think about my words so that I can express myself and get him to understand how I'm feeling.
And Mike, we have to learn patience, don't we? Because we want to be right there talking about it.
Indeed we do. And I'm not a fusser. I'm not very fussy that way. But it is, I believe, in how we see things. It is our optics. And so if I could sort of maybe discuss just three of them. Myopic is when we're nearsighted. I've got a good buddy, Brian Warren, who says the quickest way to a clear conscience is a short memory, right? So when we forget about the things that we've done, it becomes easy to be critical of someone else. Then myopic, right? That's when we're so consumed with self, right? That we can't see to put someone else first. So when we're angry, right, it's because something has happened to me, and this is and we are in a relationship. We're supposed to think about the other person first, and the other optic is meek. And meek is that thing that we are supposed to be, gentle, obedient, and so that revolves around our attitude. So the way we see things, our ego and our attitude, that I believe encompasses how we control our anger.
That's
right?
good. That's good. Okay.
Myopic, meopic, and meek-optic. Okay, I got to write that one down. That's good. Okay.
When it comes to anger, so we got married in our third year of college, and I was living in a guy's dorm for the first few years of school before that, and so whenever I get angry in the guy's dorm, in the guy's setting, I would just throw one of the fellows across the room, and then it's just like, you know what, I feel a lot better, and so but obviously I'm never gonna do that to my bride, and so I just had to kind of be like, okay, I'm angry right now, but I'm not gonna do anything, so let me just kind of breathe. What's going on here? And then kind of just internalize it and then talk about it later.
I find he's very steady. He just, regardless of the situation, regardless of what just happened, he's just very steady, and he needs some time to think about it and process it, where I might have bottled up things for the last few months. Like, I've let them go, and
but she doesn't forget them.
But I don't forget them. And then one time, whatever may trigger it, I just let it all out, and Eric's like, where is this coming from? This is
just
from so long ago.
a list of just.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was 2 months ago. When was that?
So I've had to learn how to just talk about it and not bottle it up, because I don't want that anger or offense to build up in our marriage. And I loved what he said about prayer. Prayer every day is an awesome way to keep anger and bitterness out of your out of your marriage.
And not just
so-
praying, but holding hands. I
Yeah.
love how he said, hold hands
Yes.
and pray together out loud,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Because it's that contact again, right? That physical contact that you need.
And it is a process, not a destination. I tell you, and I say I'm not much of a fusser, but there was a time where I needed to be right. Right, and so I needed to win the argument, and winning the argument I found cost too much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And if there's a winner and a loser in an argument, then actually you both lose
That's
because
right.
of the damage done into the relationship.
And I like what Dr. Mullins said about if you need to, you have to deal with your anger. By the way, if people think, well, my anger issue is not that big of a deal. If you have an anger issue, everybody knows it. It's not, you can't hide it. Everybody knows you have an anger issue. But to get to the root of it is to look where you need to forgive. See where that pain has been and find that forgiving place and ask God to help you forgive whoever you need to forgive, so that anger isn't even in there anymore. There's no root
Or
of
maybe,
anger.
as Dr. Mullen suggested, ask someone else for help, like a professional that knows, can kind of ask the right questions and go back. Maybe there's that past hurts that cause the triggers, and because you say, where did that come from?
Walk it
Well,
out.
let's get the right help that we need in order to dig that out a little bit, and then you realize then you can have more of that control of your emotions and of your
Exactly.
anger, as he was saying.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
This has been a good conversation. So stay tuned. There's a lot more Better Us coming up.
Name it, tame it, claim it. This is my emotion. I can't keep projecting it on other people. You didn't make me angry. I chose to be angry.